say some days you're gonna win. They say some days you're gonna lose. I tell you, I got news for you. You're losing all the time, you never win. No. If you believe that's how it's gonna be, I better put you down. Get up, you take your look, and come out on the ground. You gotta save me now. You better turn around. And I looked around. I was heading down. Oh, somebody throw me down the line. This is some days you gotta give. This is some days you gotta take. That's the way it's gotta be.
Get over here. Good morning, my friends. The 15th day of July falls on this Tuesday morning in the heart of the 618. CJ Nasello. It's our daily show right here on RiverBender.com, Roku TV, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you watch the show. All of you that tune in and hang out with me in some way, shape, or form, thanks for doing it. We got a great show for all of you all today. Coming up in about 5 minutes' time, Brick Bash. We're talking to Clearway Fiber and getting the inside scoop on this exciting family event. This takes place today in just a couple of hours at 10 a.m. Get over to Glazebrook Park, the Maze concession area. This is free play Lego zone. Build anything your imagination dreams up, and plus there's hands-on building stations and so much more. So we'll get the latest from them. And then at 9:30, Home Builders Remodelers Spotlight back in the show rotation. Excited to talk to Shannon. Then at 10:10, we're talking to Villa Rose and getting the latest ahead of their big milestone day. But right now at 9:05, here's what you need to know, a brief top-of-the-hour news. Joseph A. Torres has been charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder and reckless discharge of a firearm following that deadly shooting that took place at 3rd Shoot 2, the bar in unincorporated Alton. This is a story we've all been following. Early Sunday morning, deputies responded to reports of an unwanted individual and a shooting at the establishment. Shortly after, upon arrival, officers found Malcolm D. Woodhouse Alexander suffering multiple gunshot wounds and pronounced him deceased at the scene. Investigators revealed Torres and Alexander were acquaintances involved in an ongoing argument that escalated violently. Torres had fired a warning shot earlier before returning and engaging in that fatal confrontation. He remains in custody at Madison County Jail with the case under prosecution. Late Monday night into early Tuesday morning, East Alton Police Department responded to a vehicle burglary and shortly after received a report of a stolen vehicle from Valley Drive. Officers spotted the stolen vehicle leaving the area and attempted to stop it, leading to a brief pursuit that ended at West St. Louis Avenue and Haynes Street. The 2 occupants abandoned the vehicle and fled on foot. One suspect quickly caught while the other escaped alongside nearby train tracks. Multiple police departments assisted in the search, deploying a canine unit, but the second suspect, remains at large. Authorities are investigating whether the incidents are connected. Finally, in the news today, Jesse Stewart, 41 of East Alton, faces a Class X felony charge for home invasion following that incident on July 4th. Stewart allegedly forced entry by kicking in the front door of a residence, physically assaulting one of the occupants by striking them in the face, and refused to leave despite multiple warnings. Officers arrived to find Stewart still in that home. The homeowners confirmed they had no relationship with Stewart and that he had no authority to enter. At the time, Stewart was already on pretrial release for previous charges, including reckless driving and DUI. He remains in custody at Madison County Jail. Let's take a look at weather on this Tuesday morning. It's 80 degrees right now. It feels like 97 out there. Boy, my boy, humidity's up. 90% humidity today, humid with blends of sun and clouds, and then an afternoon thunderstorm. Tonight, a thunderstorm in spots this evening. Otherwise, it will just be clear and humid. As for air quality and Pollen indexes, they're all in that low to good ranking, so nothing to report there. For the next couple of days, we will see some rain, thunderstorms off and on throughout the day today. Temperatures reach 86 degrees, drop down to 71 overnight. On Wednesday, thunderstorms throughout most of the day, and there will be some widely separated thunderstorms Wednesday night, a high of 91, a low of 74 degrees. On Tuesday, more thunderstorms predicted in the morning, and then it will be uncomfortably humid with some sun, increasing clouds, followed by that couple of showers and a thunderstorm in the afternoon on Thursday. Then Thursday night, overcast, humid with a thunderstorm. On Friday, a high of 85, a low of 73, and then on Saturday, temperatures top out at 90 degrees and drop down to 72. That's a look at the next 5 days. Here's what's happening now, my friends. 9:09 in the heart of the 618. And for time and temperature throughout the day, 618-465-4545. This time powered by Bounce Back, Rehab, Recover, and Return Home. Hey, while I have you, guess who's coming to the Alton Amphitheater? If you don't watch the show, then I don't know what you're doing. You missed a great interview with Wesley Scantlin, who is the lead singer of Puddle of Mud. Blurry, She Hates Me, Psycho, Drift and Die, Control, all those songs getting heard on August the 2nd. That's going to be a great night. Doors open at 6 p.m. at the Alton Amphitheater. Just go to MetroTix. You see it on your screen right now. Click on that ticket link. Boom! Yeah, peeking that microphone out today. You're good to go. Why aren't you going to see Puddle of Mud? You'll get to hang out with me, thousands of people at the Alton Amphitheater for a great night of live music. Don't forget to get your tickets at MetroTix.com, and don't forget to tell them that CJ sent you over their way. We'll take a quick break, come back with Clear Wave Fiber right after this, and a quick look at downtown Alton.
Oh no, another bad headache?
Yeah.
Maybe it's time to see your doctor.
OSF Healthcare can handle all of your family's primary care needs, including diagnosing health issues or referring you to a specialist. Schedule an appointment today.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Munganass Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and it will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Munganass Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Munganass Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
Yo, what up? It's Mike Keith, the proud graduate of Lewis and Clark Community College. I got my start in broadcasting and now I work all over the country. I discovered my path in media, but I could have been an electrician. Or I could have been a nurse.
Maybe not.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway safe rubber tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
When I got in the car accident at the ER, they gave me a prescription of hydrocodone, and over time, it took more medication to mask the pain. I moved over to drug seeking and found heroin and fentanyl. I went to the Centerstone rehab facility, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I have my own car, I have a job, there's nothing holding me back anymore.
Attila Fest is coming to Alton Amphitheater on July 26th. Presented by D. Smith Promotions, hosted by Reason to Doubt Podcast. Don't miss your chance to see Big Boogie and Boozy Badass live on stage with special guests Dirty Muggs, Borderline, Marquise Knox, and NKG Band. For VIP and slots, call Queen at 314-967-8999. Attila Fest. Don't miss it.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Running down to the riptide, taken away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. Is this movie that I think you like?
Oh, welcome back to Our Daily Show on this kind of nice Tuesday. It's going to rain a little bit this afternoon, but that's okay. We have a great conversation on the line now with Shelly over there, Senior Vice President of Marketing with Clearwave Fiber. Shelly, can you hear me?
I can.
Well, this is really cool. This Brick Bash, I was learning a little bit more about it on Monday and then saw the article. What a great opportunity for families to come out to Glazebrook Park.
Yeah, absolutely. We're very excited to host the young folks from Godfrey, give them the opportunity to have some fun with Legos. I mean, who doesn't love Legos?
Right. Well, and too, it keeps promoting that STEM that's, been so important. And I know that Clearwave is making a donation to Lewis and Clark too. And it's great to kind of add on to this innovation of STEM learning that's been taken over the Riverbend and really the Midwest.
Yeah, that's exactly right. This STEM education is really near and dear to our hearts at Clearwave Fiber. I mean, obviously, we're a fiber internet company. We care about technology. And when we come in and invest in a community like Godfrey and some of the surrounding areas in Southern Illinois, we also invest in the organizations and the youth. I mean, the real purpose is to ensure that folks in the communities have access to the technology that they need to connect and thrive and pursue their dreams no matter where they live, in a small town or a small city or a big city.
100%. And, how often do you guys do these brick bashes?
This is our first Builders Bash. Godfrey's it's our maiden voyage. We do really like to lean in with STEM and robotics programs, though, across the communities we serve. Clearwave Fiber is active in 4 states: Kansas, Illinois, Georgia, and Florida. And we're always looking for that sort of STEM connection to the community and to the youth of the community.
Well, and, take me through your interaction, too, just with Clearwave and some of the community initiatives like this, type of event that you've been a part of. And, take me through what that means for Clearwave. I'm sure it's a great opportunity for folks to get to know you better and understand your mission.
Absolutely. We love getting out into these communities, and we do have local support teams that live in territory across our footprint, but this gives an opportunity for some of our executives to come in as well and really interact with the community members and members of the chamber and the business owners. And just as you said, kind of let them know who we are and what we're all about. There are a lot of sort of what I would call small town folks on our team, people that really value the community and the roots that the small town life provides. And we want to make sure that people have the option to stay in those small towns and still pursue the life that they want.
100%. And with the work that you guys are doing, it makes it so much easier. And, as we get into the event details of this morning, it takes place in just a couple of minutes. It starts at 10 a.m. It runs until 12 noon. And what I love about this is you guys are giving back free and open to the public. And there's a lot to expect with this. Can you fill me in?
Yes, so there is a lot going on for the kids and families. There's a free play Lego zone. There's going to be a collaborative Lego build challenge, a creative building competition, and all that is really just to kind of spark creativity and get people excited about the opportunities that technology brings. We're also making a donation to, as you mentioned, the STEM program at Lewis and Clark, and we're really excited to do that to support the work that the university is doing and providing resources to the students.
That's wonderful, and I also see this opportunity to win a new Lego set too. That's awesome.
Absolutely. There'll be a raffle for a new Lego set, and you should come and enter. I invite everybody to come out. There's going to be food and drink and lots of fun, and hopefully the weather will hold for us. I think it should. Well, and it'll be great.
It's going to, the weather is going to hold up for you guys during this event. It's going to be perfect. And I wanted to ask you about this creative building competition. What's that all about?
It's just going to be an opportunity for folks to come out. We're going to provide all of the possible supplies that they could need, and I can't tell you what the challenge is because it's a secret. But if you come out, you'll get the instructions, and it'll be timed, and folks will have the opportunity to build something really cool. I can't wait. That's going to be one of my favorite parts, I'm sure.
Well, and plus, I mean, the photo booth and really just you guys are doing all you can to make this a true family day, and I think that's so important, especially right now with younger families out there that might not have the Disneyland or Disney World money, and still being able to do some really cool activities.
Yes, definitely. I have twins at home, and I know anytime in the middle of the summer that you can get them out of the house and entertain them, it is totally worthwhile. So, moms, dads out there that are looking for something to do with those kids today, head on out to the park, to the Gladesbrook Park.
Well, and what I think so cool about this entire event is the fact that, with Clearwave, we don't see a lot of, internet providers doing, community engagement like this. And I think that's really cool.
Oh, thank you. It's one of the things that we love most, honestly. I mean, we talk about investing in the network, which is what a lot of internet providers talk about is, the technology investment. But when we come to town, we don't just invest in the network, we really invest in the community as well. We choose communities carefully. We decide carefully where we want to build. And, we're all in with the Godfrey folks. And I'm excited to get out there today and meet some of the families.
And now, if it's okay, can I ask you a little bit more about the process here in Godfrey? Are you guys laid down and ready to go, or is it going to take a little bit more time?
Oh, no, we're already in place. So we've been investing in the network since 2022, and we started in January of 23, serving about 500 homes. We're up in the 4,000 range, and actually we're still actively building in Godfrey and expanding. And by the end of the year, we'll serve over 5,000 homes and businesses in the area.
That's incredible. I mean, that's truly incredible work. And honestly, with doing things like this event, it makes everything just so much more enjoyable too. And is it an opportunity for some of your local team members to be a part of this too and kind of let the hair down?
Yes, absolutely. It's a chance for us to get together. It's a chance for us to interact with our customers and our potential customers, answer any questions people have about fiber internet and why it's different and better. We believe that internet is no longer a luxury. A great internet is really a necessity, and we're really excited to provide that to Godfrey.
Well, and honestly, for so many of the Godfrey folks, and, I've been one of them when I used to live in Godfrey, to have reliable, fiber internet, which is just a wonderful thing to have for everyone working or even just enjoying the luxuries of, the entertainment and streaming and all that, playing video games with 7 people using devices. You need some good internet.
That's right. It's 7 people and 7 devices each in some cases.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, that's why we need you. And if you guys are just tuning in, Shelly's been joining us for the past 10 minutes or so, and we're just getting the details on Brick Builders Bash. You saw the article on RiverBender.com. This is a little bit more to it today, 10 a.m. until 12 noon at Gladesbrook Park. And now, are you going to the event yourself?
Yes, I will be there.
So you had a little bit of a drive to do today.
A little bit, but it's been a great drive so far. And it's worth it. I can't wait to get my hands on some Legos.
And now for refreshments like water bottles and things like that.
Yep, and I'm sure there'll be snacks and good stuff for the kids as well.
This is so cool. And now, are you planning to do any other events like this in Godfrey?
I'm sure that we will. I don't have anything on the schedule currently, but we were just a couple of weeks ago in Heron. We love all of our Illinois communities, so we're trying to spread the love. But perhaps sometime between now and the end of the year, we'll be back.
This is really cool. And Shelly, while I have you, could you give us just your takeaway on what makes you guys different at Clearwave Fiber?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, one is just the superior technology. The fiber technology really is the best there is. It'll scale with usage. It'll scale with, it's future proof. So once you buy into fiber, you're kind of set for your internet service. It's also impervious to weather, unlike some of the old like cable and other kinds of internet technology. Our plant is completely buried. So when we have storms blow through, which we sometimes do in the Midwest, we don't have the same impact to our network that anything that's running over cable or overhead lines might have. And that's been a great advantage for our customers. And the last thing is just kind of the fact that we are local. We do have folks that live and work in Godfrey. We, like I said, we really dig in and invest in the communities. I mean, we're in it for the long haul. So I think that's a big differentiator between us and some of the older or larger players.
Well, it just goes hand in hand with what you're doing in this event too, Shelley, because, it's all about, the internet's being able to connect us with the world. And when you're connecting with local resources and opportunities and, being able to grow stronger with this new access to technology and education. And I'm not being funny. Some of us had a different service that wouldn't get us, I'll just tell you this story since I have time. I was getting internet at my new house and I called one of the big guys and I said, just curious because this is, the service I've always had growing up. It was, I'm not lying to you when I'm telling you this. It was 10 megabytes a second download for $55 a month.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just crazy to me. So whenever I saw that, I'm like, so I got to get bad internet for the price of, for some, reliable internet that's fast. And I think it's so cool that you guys are being able to provide that because, you can't do anything with that slow of internet if you really wanted to immerse yourself in the new world of technology.
And you're so right. And there are so many people that are in the same boat that you are. I mean, luckily, the folks in Godfrey that have our Clearwave fiber service, they can get symmetrical gig speeds for $50. So what you describe, I mean, so yeah, I mean, it's not just better. It's equally, if not more affordable than what people are getting today. So I think, we feel like we're providing a service, and we take it very seriously. And we're really excited about what it means for these communities, particularly the young people in the communities. I mean, we want to ensure that these folks have the resources and the access to technology that they need to pursue their dreams right here.
1,000%. I mean, so you got great internet for a great price and a community partner that's doing great event. I don't know what the loss is on this. This is a win-win-win situation for Godfrey.
And a chance to win a Lego set.
That's true.
Come on out.
That's true. Hey, before I let you go, Shelley, it's been great talking to you. We've been talking to Shelley Hallier with the Clearwave Fiber Company. This is she's the senior vice president of marketing. Did I say your last name right? I've been practicing all day.
You did. You crushed it.
Oh, thank goodness! I was telling her. I was telling Rosanna. I said, I don't know. I'm getting a little nervous about this. You
did great.
So let's wrap up here. Give us the sights and sounds of Brick Bash right over there at Glazebrook Park in Godfrey. Why should we go out and see you today?
Oh, come on out for the play, for the creativity and the technology, to see the check presentation and to meet our Clearwave Fiber team. We can't wait to meet the residents and business owners at Godfrey.
Absolutely. Shelley, thank you so much for your time. It was a pleasure talking with you, and I can't wait to talk with you again soon.
Thank you so much for having me.
We'll take a quick break. It's 9:26, a little bit of change, more Daily Show next.
Attila Fest is coming to Alton Amphitheater on July 26th. Presented by D. Smith Promotions, hosted by Reason to Doubt Podcast. Don't miss your chance to see Big Boogie and Boozy Badass live on stage with special guests Dirty Mugs, Borderline, Marquise Knox, and NKG Band. For VIP and slots, call Queen at 314-967-8999. Attila Fest. Don't miss it. Village Dispensary has the best deals in Godfrey, Illinois, with specials 5 days a week. Mondays, roll in the week with 20 to 30% off select pre-rolls. Tasty Tuesdays, enjoy 20 to 30% off select edibles. Waxy Wednesdays, enjoy 20 to 30% off select concentrate and vape brands. Thirsty Thursdays, sip and save with 20 to 30% off all drinks. Flower Friday, grabs like 3.5 gram flower deals starting at just $20. Village Dispensary, come meet your best buds. When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
In Edwardsville.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we stand behind every Lennox system we sell.
My dealer said he'd take care of everything.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we understand everyone wants prompt, professional service.
Turns out it wasn't my furnace after all, just a little something blocking the vent.
Pretty smart dog if you ask me. For service you can count on, call Barrett Heating and Cooling.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
How does it feel to be on your own with no direction home, a complete unknown?
Welcome back, 9:31. Little bit of change. Shannon, good morning. Happy Tuesday to you.
Good morning, CJ. How are you?
Oh, living the dream. It's just going to be another hot, humid Midwest day.
You know what they say about the weather in the Midwest? Don't blink because it's going to change.
That's snow at 5. No,
right, exactly.
Well, and that's why really you need to have some knowledgeable folks in the trade industries, whether or not you're getting things done inside or outside, that truly understand how to get things done the right way whenever you have this inconsistent weather.
Yeah, it's so true. And with the storms and stuff we've had this year, unfortunately, there are these companies that come in from out of town and just swoop in when there's a big storm area. And they're going to sell you the best and brightest new roof. And sometimes they don't finish the job. Sometimes the jobs are subpar. That's why we always encourage, consumers in our local area to reach out to the HBR, because they're all local companies that have been vetted, that are in our local communities, and you can trust the quality of work that you're getting from them. They're not fly-by-nights that are coming in, let me put a few shingles up and pack up and leave town.
Right, or sign this contract that you'll never know the details for, and I'm going to lien your house.
Yes. And I've seen that happen to people where they've signed contracts and it's way more money than they ever agreed to, to pay for stuff. It's the same thing with solar. solar's got its place, and it's good for some people.
Yep.
And but there's solar companies that come in from out of town, and people think they're getting solar for free when they're not. When there's been a lien then filed against their house until 10 years from now, they have to start paying on the solar. So it's really important to make sure that you're working with local companies that are rooted and grounded in our communities. They live in our communities. Their kids go to school in our communities. They go to church with us, and then you're getting quality work. Or you've got and nobody's perfect. I'm not. I'm never going to say every one of our members is perfect and they never make mistakes, but they're here. They're not taking off. They can follow through and fix whatever issues there might be.
Right. They aren't the handyman that's just trying to, or the company that's just trying to make a few bucks and find the next town. Like I always call it the carnival business, because they always go to a new town. The next rainstorm, they're there.
Exactly. The traveling carnival roofers, I guess we'll call it.
Well, and it's such a good point with solar too. Not to cut you off, Shannon, but I just talked to somebody that had that similar situation. Not really identical, but it was just, it could have happened type of thing. And, it's so many times people want to go with solar, and I think, hey, we've had solar companies on. If it works for you, do the math. That's always what's going to be more honest with you than the company. But it's being aware of the practices that some of these companies have that try to say, oh, you're paying $0 for this system.
Right.
Zero. And it's like, well, who is?
Right, and I know a lady recently in our local area where that's exactly what had happened. I heard this story from one of our local mayors, and she thought it was not costing her anything. She went to sell her home, and there was a lien filed against her home for the $28,000 for the solar installs. And the solar panels weren't even on her roof anymore because of storm damage. They had to be taken down. They weren't even hooked up, and she couldn't get a hold of the company.
Oh.
And so she's fighting through that battle. So it's really, really important that you understand what you're signing, especially when it comes to things like solar panels and roofs and those kind of things. Understand that contract that you're signing. And if you're not sure, reach out to the HBR office. We can help you through the process. We can help you find a local company. Again, it's all about local. We want to keep, we want our consumers in our communities to work with local companies. They're here. They're rooted.
Right. They ain't going nowhere.
They're not just passing through town. Right. And unfortunately, that happens more times than not. To consumers. And it doesn't matter what your project is. Pretty much any project that a consumer needs done at their home, we've got somebody that can help you at the HBR. But here's the thing I want to remind consumers in today's market. I get calls every week. I need somebody today. I need somebody today.
Not going to happen.
Unfortunately, in the marketplace today, our builders, our remodeling companies, our roofing companies, our concrete companies, they're all really busy. And there's a couple of reasons for that. One, they're credible, okay? Two, they don't have the staff they need to continue to keep up with the volume of work. We've talked about this a million times. Workforce, it's an issue. So I remind consumers, when you're calling a local company, be patient with them. I understand that we all want it done now. I'm probably the worst. I just don't have a lot of patience. But I've had to retrain my brain to go, you know what? It's going to be okay if it takes 2 weeks or 4 weeks and it doesn't happen tomorrow. Unless it's an emergency situation like your toilet quit working or you've got a water leak or you've got rain coming through your roof, at least the roofing company can come out and tarp the roof for you and make it secure till they can get to it. But don't settle for less of quality, less of a company just because they say they can get you today and they've got Texas plates on their truck.
Right. Well, and see, that's such a good point too. And I wanted to add on to that because I think so many times, especially right now for a lot of folks, not everybody, but they're still a little bit not as comfortable financially as they were in the past because of just way things are. But these companies, Shannon, you've told it, there's so many great companies that say, hey, we understand you can't afford, the $7,000 up front. We have financing options, and there's things that really can get you across the finish line with that reputable builder.
Correct. You don't have to go with the fly-by-nighters. And a lot of times the local companies, they may not talk about it, but just ask.
Yeah.
Do you have financing available? And a lot of them do, and it's just not in the forefront of their mind, right? Because they're thinking about getting your roof taken care of. So all you have to do is ask the question, do you have financing available? And many of them do, and they will work with you. It's just you don't have to settle for an unknown company that's not local just because they say they're going to get to you tomorrow. That, to me, red flag stands up. If they're going to get you tomorrow, wow, they must not be very busy, or they're not local again, and they bring in 20 crews from out of town. Boom, 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 boom. We're going to get all these houses, then we're going to leave town. And you never hear from them again.
Right. And you know, I wanted to ask you, or not ask you, but just kind of converse with you on this. There is, you know, a time when I was, you know, dabbling with, you know, insurance claims and stuff when I was in Austin.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why I think another point of finding, you know, going through your network, because you get these folks that come in and go, hey, homeowner John, you know, or Keith, whatever your damn name is, it could be Dan, or, you know, just throw a name out there. We noticed that, you know, we're here to fix your roof, but you know, there's also some siding damage, and we can go ahead and just go after your insurance and get them to cover that with line of sight. And then all of a sudden, you're getting dropped from your insurance because they just billed your insurance company $60,000 for a $20,000 job.
Right. Well, and here's the other thing. A lot of times those kind of conversations happen, and they never do that.
Oh,
they
that's
don't
true.
file it with the insurance company. So when you're working with local reputable companies, that there's a process. It's have your insurance company come out and look at your roof. If a company says, no, we don't need to do that, red flag, we'll just go ahead and fix it, and then we'll get the bill to the insurance company. Red flag. You know, we have to follow the processes. And believe me, those stories are true. They happen, CJ, and it makes my heart hurt for those people that get taken advantage of. So I can't preach enough. Use local companies. And the Home Builders and Remodelers Association, we have 240 companies right here in the Metro East that do just about anything and everything for your home.
Wow. And
start here. You can go to our website and use our directory. You can call our local office number at 618-343-6331. And we're a small staff here, so be patient with us too. Sometimes it might take us a day to get back to you, but we will get back to you, and we will do our best to try to pair you with the right companies. And what I typically do is start off by giving 3 references. Here's 3 different companies. I rotate them through our membership. And I always tell the consumer, if that doesn't work for you, or they can't get to you as quickly as you'd like, call me back. We can try somebody else. But we do have to learn patience in today's marketplace. Until our workforce gets stronger and we have all the people that we need to fill the jobs that are there, we have to be patient, because they can only do so much in a 14-hour day.
Well, and we got to realize too, Shannon, these are people. You know, it's
right.
They aren't our robots or our, you know, and I get, because Shannon, you're talking to the most impatient human being on the face of the planet. If it ain't right here in front of my face, just don't talk to me until it is, type of thing. But, you know, when it comes to this, I think with, you know, the social media stuff and internet, we're so used to conversing a different way, or to our silos, that we forget that these folks are going back home to their families too and trying the best they can to get everything running as efficiently as they can.
Correct. Well, and the other thing that consumers forget sometimes is then you've got the product issues, right? Or materials. That we're at the mercy too, because of all kinds of crazy things going on in this world, whether it's stuck on a ship out in the middle of the ocean, whether it's a manufacturing issue for a piece of that. I'll give you an example, shingles. Shingles the last year have been a hot issue, right? It's getting better, but there was a particular component that goes into the shingles that there was a manufacturing issue with overseas that was holding up shingle production. So it's crazy stuff like that. And again, our companies and our builders and members of this association, they are committed to offering the best quality product that they possibly can, best quality service to all consumers. And, you know, we've become very impatient as consumers because of the internet, because of social media, and we have to take a breath and step back. And like you said, these are human beings. They're people. Right. And they're doing the best they can. And, that's all we can ask is that they're local, they're in our communities, and that they put their best foot forward.
Well, 100%. And Shannon, I was stalking your website. I'm just going to be honest with you. I wanted to ask you real briefly, just so I don't miss it if I miss it. And that's the HBR raffle. Is that members only?
The HBR raffle is open to anybody. We have an annual raffle. We have an annual raffle that we do just to raise some additional funds to help support the many causes and purposes that we work on at the HBR. And this year, the raffle just started a couple weeks ago. They're $20 a piece, or you can get 6 tickets for $100. You can buy them online, and we're going to give away $1,500 to the winner. And then we have a second and third prize too. I don't have it in front of me, but I think it's $500 and $350 or something like that.
You did.
So there's 3
this
cash prizes.
That was good. $500 and $250.
Okay. $250. Okay. So we have 3 cash prizes, and we'll be drawing those hopefully in December, or when we hit 500 tickets sold. As soon as 500 tickets are sold, we'll draw those winners. And so you got good odds, right?
Yeah.
And you're helping support the local association, and that money goes to things like helping us with legislation, helping us fight regulatory issues, helping us fight unfair practices when it comes to inspections or getting permits. All of those things we're working on the forefront of. And then we're also working with several communities now on infill programs. We talked about Belleville before. We now have infill programs in Belleville and Granite City, and there's more communities coming. Granite City just launched their infill program. We have 300 lots to build new homes on.
Wow.
And they're first-time buyer-type homes that are going to range from $230,000 to $270,000. It's more affordable for people and obtainable. They're not monster homes on monster lots that are priced ridiculously, and you never can get into them. And there's banks that are willing to work with these infill projects. So there's so many good things that the HBR is doing to help support the housing industry in our local communities.
Well, and honestly, I think that's such an important point because, here in Alton and really throughout the Riverbend, I've covered it in every town. It seems like, this inventory issue and, what's the best way for bringing in more homes? And, I'm under the belief, Shannon, with you, and that's the infill program. I think that having these massive commercial, rental spaces are great if you have the space for them. I don't think Alton does, but we have so much land that we could develop with so many great partners to really create first-time homes.
And that's the piece that's missing in the wheel today. In today's marketplace is first-time home buyers, right? It's the monster. Everything that's being built out there is 1,500 to 1,800 to 2,000 square feet and up. That's not a first-time home. You know how many square feet my first home was? My husband and I with our first child? Take a guess.
Mine's 900.
Mine was 900 square feet.
There we go.
2 bedrooms, 1 bath, no big garage, no basement. It was a first-time home, right?
Yep.
Now, we're not going to quite get back to that because, I'm 59 years old. That was 38 years ago, okay? We're not going to get back to that, but we can get closer to an option for consumers that gives them the opportunity for it to be obtainable.
Well, and that's what I think so exciting, Shannon, is that there's something to chase again. It's not, it gives you something to really save for. It's not going, well, I can get a house, but I got to find one that's going to go within 2 weeks that's still going to need work done and all of these other,
Exactly. Right.
I love
Here's
it.
another opportunity to bring that back to the marketplace in these infill programs. We've had success in Belleville. We're excited about launching the Granite City one. And Granite City has put a ton of money into their infrastructure in their downtown area.
They're doing good stuff.
They really are, and they're very committed to bringing that back. They've actually purchased several of the buildings the city has, and they're going to be the landlord for businesses to come in and restaurants and retail space, and then some uptown living type apartments that are being developed as well. So you have to have a balance, right? We don't want all rentals. We want homeowners that are committed to the community, that kids are going to go to the school. And that is a requirement of these infill programs. You have to be owner occupied, and it should be that way. We don't want people coming in, buying them up and renting them out, and people not taking care of them. So they're owner occupied, and Granite City's going back to the neighborhood school concept, where a neighborhood, you go to this school all the way till 6th grade, kindergarten through 6th grade. You're not jumping all over town to different schools.
Wonderful.
So there's a lot of changes coming forward, and it's community by community, even in our rural areas. Redbud, Sparta, they're annexing land to develop homes out there because there's a need for them. And we're working with both of those communities, with Redbud right now, on trying to develop some of that area and make it, again, more obtainable first-time home buyer opportunities. Or retirement people that want to downsize, but they don't want to rent, right? They don't want a villa. They want an actual house that's smaller. So
you're right.
That's the kinds of things we're working on.
Now, with that being said, too, are there any other communities that you're starting talks with on the infill that you can share with us?
There's several. I mean, I am having any community that has city-owned property. I'll give you Collinsville as an example. They don't have a lot of it, but they've got 5 or 6 different lots, right? Alton is one of the communities that the mayor and I said we're going to sit down and chat very soon. We see each other at the mayor's meetings every month, and we want to have some conversations about how the HBR can assist in that process. And then Fairview Heights, there's been discussion. Any community out there that has interest in this, it's been developed already. The research has been done. It's working, and I'm available to talk to any community leaders that would like to learn more about infill programs and how the HBR can assist with that.
And I'll add on to that. If any of them are watching the show today and need your phone number or anything, reach out and we'll connect you. You can always call the HBR office, 618-343-6331. That's 618-343-6331. A great opportunity there. And while I have you, Shannon, is there any changes right now that are anything that you're seeing that you're going to have to go back up to the Capitol building and talk about?
You know what? We've had a pretty quiet year in the housing industry, and I think it's because there's so many other things going on regulatory-wise. There are a few bills that we're going to keep our eye on very closely when the fall session starts again. We had a couple of victories this year in the spring. We defeated the carpet recycling program again, where we would have to ship old carpeting to Chicago, pay to have it recycled, only in Chicago. That did not pass, thankfully. And there was a couple of other things, but there's been a kind of a shift right now in everybody's focus, and I think we're kind of clear on that with what's happening at the national level, and it's trickling down to the state level. And let's see what's going to happen with the good elections coming up, because last I heard, Pritzker had not officially announced if he was running yet or not. Has that announcement come out? CJ?
He officially announced that he was
he did.
We don't know who his opponents. I'm assuming it's going to be Darren Bailey. That's just kind of my thought on it.
So we'll see where the election takes us in the state of Illinois and what new things will be on the horizon. But we do have about 3 or 4 hot topic bills in the fall that I'll update you as we get more information on them.
Well, and Shannon, I always enjoy your insights. And really, the big thing is for all of you to go to HBRMEA.org and get your raffle ticket. Who wouldn't want to win $1,500 when you're putting $20 in?
Right. I mean, it's only $20, and and again, it stays right here locally at the HBR Association. Helps us do all the things that we work very hard to support consumers, support our builders, and just support the housing industry overall.
Absolutely. Is there anything else we need to talk about right now, Shannon?
Not right now. I think coming up soon, we're going to talk about Make-A-Wish again and the new Wish Home, but we won't talk about that today. We'll save that for the next time. And then the home show will be here before you know it again next year.
It's crazy how fast the calendar rolls over, isn't it?
It is. It is.
Well, Shannon, it's always a pleasure talking with you. I love getting your insights. I know our audience does too. You can find out more information at hbrmea.org and click on the raffle tab. Win $1,500. And think about it. It could be December 11th. It could be October 30th if all 500 are sold. So why don't and join the fun now,
That's right. That's right. Well, thanks, CJ. It's always great spending time with you.
Have a great rest of your day, Shannon.
Bye-bye.
Take a quick break. More Daily Show next.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
When I got in the car accident at the ER, they gave me a prescription of hydrocodone. And over time, it took more medication to mask the pain. I moved over to drug seeking and found heroin and fentanyl. I went to the Centerstone rehab facility, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I have my own car, I have a job, there's nothing holding me back anymore.
Attila Fest is coming to Alton Amphitheater on July 26th. Presented by D. Smith Promotions, hosted by Reason to Doubt Podcast. Don't miss your chance to see Big Boogie and Boozy Badass live on stage with special guests Dirty Muggs, Borderline, Marquise Knox, and NKG Band. For VIP and slots, call Queen at 314-967-8999. Attila Fest. Don't miss it.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Sorry. A little bit of dead air there for you, but you know, it just keeps the show fun. Hey, happy Tuesday to all of you. It's 9:56, a little bit of change. While I have you, let me fill you in on a couple of three things. The first thing being to make sure you stop by Carver's Barbecue. You know they got online ordering? You know what I'm talking about? Carver's Barbecue is award-winning barbecue, and boy, my boy, it is done right each and every day of the week. You know, at Carver's, there's something for everybody to enjoy, and I think that's what's so important when it comes to, you know, finding that perfect lunch spot, finding your dinner spot, or just going in there, getting a brisket sandwich, and I don't know, putting $50 in on the slot machines and walking away with $5.50. Brisket paid, you're paid, everybody's happy. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, there's still more coming down the pipeline this year when it comes to those outdoor events, those family gatherings, if you will. Use Carver's. I keep telling you. I'm not trying to get animated on this show today, but man, for over a year now, I've said you got to let Carver's cater for you. You know why? My family's done it, and we haven't looked back. Listen, during Christmas time and Thanksgiving, I'm starting to get an alfalfa hair back here. You know, there was a lot of, you know, going into the kitchen when mom and dad and the whole family start to get going at the food. You put the helmet on, you just act like nobody sees you. You get out of the kitchen, and you wait till it's done because of all the craziness that a kitchen brings you during cooking for the family. Don't have to worry about it anymore when you got Carver's Barbecue. Go to carversbbq.com, call them for catering, and you can order online. It's never been easier. Just click on this little order tab on your screen. It'll take you right to their menu. Click on what you want, place it in the cart, and then you're paying right then and there and going to pick it up later. That's carversbbq.com, carversbbq.com. Don't forget to tell them that you know who sent you over their way. All right, a couple of more things to knock out here in this 9 o'clock hour. And it's this from Sydney Sinks. This is our last news note for you before we come back with top of the hour news talk to Villa Rose. Chestnut Health Systems is offering a free virtual Narcan training at 10 a.m. and at 2 p.m. on Thursday, July the 17th. Community members can attend that virtual training over Zoom where they'll learn how to access and administer Narcan. Narcan is a nasal spray that can reverse an opioid overdose. Chestnut offers free virtual Narcan training every third Thursday Thursday of the month, hosted over Zoom. You can attend without leaving your home. You can also attend anonymously if that's something that you desire. The training will cover how to use Narcan, when to use it, how to recognize the signs of an overdose, and how to administer, again, that medication. Opioids like heroin, fentanyl, and prescription medications can be deadly. Narcan blocks opioid receptors in the brain and reverses an overdose, which can be life-saving. Narcan is available over the counter at pharmacies and free at certain organizations. For more information on the free virtual Narcan training on Thursday, July the 17th at 10 a.m. and at 2 p.m. the third Thursday of the month, you can email mdrainer, that's MDRAINER at chestnut.org. That's MDRAINER at chestnut.org. All right, before we take a quick break, let me fill you in on the queen of junk. Denise Sparks is the best at what she does. And for the last couple of years, boy, she's just been kicking ass and taking names. Those purple and yellow trash cans are popping up all across the 618. They're mating like groundhogs, because apparently I found out they mate pretty crazy too, like rabbits. Your junk is their business. And if you have that worn out Bowflex that Dad used once during Christmas time 15 years ago, because that was the big Black Friday buy and we kind of just forgot about it, the treadmill that's now the clothes rack, all that stuff, get it out of your basement. Your mother-in-law, your in-laws are coming over. They're judging you. Plus, you got that hot tub that's been broken down since when Reagan was in office. In junk, they can remove almost anything from appliances, furniture, light demolition, construction debris, and so much more. You can call 618-781-1407 for junk removal services, plus that rubber tire dumpster service. So you don't have to get that big old bin out, that metal crate that they drop off in your driveway, and you got to put cardboard down to make sure it doesn't scratch up your concrete. Not anymore, because Denise Sparks has got those rubber tire dumpsters. He set them down and they just pick them up. No wear and tear to your concrete, your driveway, and life's looking pretty easy. Or if you want that weekly trash pickup to see if you're in that qualified area, 618-433-1128. That's 618-433-1128. That's the phone number to the queen of junk. And don't forget to tell her that you know who sent you over their way. All right, quick break. We'll come back with top of the hour news next.
Fest is coming to Alton Amphitheater on July 26th. Presented by D. Smith Promotions, hosted by Reason to Doubt Podcast. Don't miss your chance to see Big Boogie and Boozy Badass live on stage with special guests Dirty Muggs, Borderline, Marquise Knox, and NKG Band. For VIP and slots, call Queen at 314-967-8999. Attila Fest. Don't miss it.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
When I got in the car accident at the ER, they gave me a prescription of hydrocodone. And over time, it took more medication to mask the pain. I moved over to drug seeking and found heroin and fentanyl. I went to the Centerstone rehab facility, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I have my own car. I have a job. There's nothing holding me back anymore.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Nothing to do, nowhere to go home. I wanna be sedated. Just put me in a wheelchair, get me on a plane. Hurry, 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 before I go to sleep. I can't control my fingers, I can't control my brain. No,
Welcome back. 10:04, top of the hour news hits you now on this Tuesday morning. Here's what you need to know. Joseph A. Torres has been charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder and reckless discharge of a firearm following that deadly shooting that occurred at 3rd Shoot 2, the bar in unincorporated Alton. This happened early Sunday morning on July the 13th. Deputies responded to reports of an unwanted individual and a subsequent shooting at the establishment. My apologies. Upon arrival, officers found Malcolm Woodhouse Alexander suffering multiple gunshot wounds, and they pronounced him deceased at the scene. Investigators revealed Torres and Woodhouse Alexander were acquaintances involved in an ongoing argument that escalated violently. Torres had fired a warning shot earlier before he returned and engaged in that fatal confrontation. He remains in custody at Madison County Jail with the case under prosecution. Also in the news today, late Monday night into Tuesday morning, East Alton Police Department responded to a vehicle burglary and shortly after received a report of a stolen vehicle from Valley Drive. Officers spotted that stolen vehicle leaving the area and they attempted to stop it, leading to a brief pursuit that ended at West St. Louis Avenue and Haynes Street. The 2 occupants abandoned the vehicle and they fled on foot. One suspect was quickly caught while the other escaped along nearby train tracks. Multiple departments assisted in the search. They deployed a K-9 unit, but the second suspect at the time of the posting remains at large. Authorities are investigating whether the incidents are also connected. Also, in the news today, early Sunday morning on July 13th, a fatal shooting occurred on North 40th Street in Belleville. Officers responded to a report of a gunshot victim and found 50-year-old Monzel Mason unresponsive with multiple gunshot wounds. Despite efforts to save him, Mason was pronounced deceased at the scene. Investigations reveal Mason allegedly threatened a 25-year-old woman inside a vehicle with a firearm. The woman was also armed and discharged her firearm in self-defense, striking Mason. The St. Clair County State's Attorney's Office has declined to file charges, and police have closed the investigation with no additional suspects sought. So an update on that fatal Sunday morning shooting. Also in the news today, 6 Alton Middle School cheerleaders have been named All-American cheerleaders at the Universal Cheerleaders Association Cheer Camp and will perform at Philadelphia's Thanksgiving Day Parade on November the 28th. How great is that? They were recognized on June the 18th. These outstanding athletes proudly will represent their schools and communities in the prestigious once-in-a-lifetime event. To support their participation, Sarah Krause and 5 others have organized a fundraiser, and each cheerleader faces a $1,000 fee excluding travel costs. So help out when you can. The organizers are seeking donations from the community to help cover expenses and ensure that those talented cheerleaders can take part in that exciting opportunity. And finally, in the news today, Puddle of Mudd is set to perform at the Alton Amphitheater on August the 2nd with frontman Wes Scatlin expressing great excitement to bring their iconic post-grunge hits and new material to the Riverbend. Wes joined us on the show on Friday, and he was excited. Known for their early 2000s favorites like Blurry and, of course, She Hates Me, the band recently found success with their latest album, Kiss the Machine. Scantlin promises a dynamic show featuring deep cuts and even possibly some covers, reflecting on the band's connection with fans. Arriving a day early, the band looks forward to exploring the Riverbend and Alton and delivering that memorable rock experience. You can get tickets now at metrotix.com. All right, weather time. This time powered by Tom Lane. He's your local State Farm agent. It's 81 degrees in downtown Alton. The good news, it only feels like 95 out there. Wow. Today, humid with a blend of sun and clouds, and an afternoon thunderstorm awaits us. Tonight, thunderstorms in spots this evening. Otherwise, partly cloudy, and it will be humid. As for air quality right now, and all the pollen indexes, they're all in that good and low category, so nothing to report. As for the next 5 days, here's how they look. The temperatures reach 87 degrees on Tuesday today and drop down to 72 overnight. Tomorrow, thunderstorms again throughout the day, a high of 92, a low of 74. And then on Thursday, thunderstorms throughout the day, a high of 87, a low of 72. On Friday, partly sunny skies, a high of 85, a low of 73. And then on Saturday, a high of 87, a low of 72. That's a look at the next 5 days. Here's what's happening now, my friends. It's 81 degrees in downtown Alton. It feels like 94 out there for time and temperature throughout the day. 618-465-4545. You can also download the RiverBender.com app and never miss out on your push notification alerts and all of that good old stuff. Hey, while I have you, let me fill you in on our friends over at Hainer Library, because quite frankly, they're the best. You know what I'm saying? You know, at Hainer Library, it's all about being a door to, opening, a door to learning and understanding, a door to your own family's genealogy, and so much more. You know, at Hainer Library, it's all about bringing events, entertainment, and the new version of what a library truly is, and they're just rocking and rolling. You know, they have so many upcoming events, whether or not you're wanting to learn about how to maybe explore your family's genealogy, I highly encourage the Branching Out genealogy class. There is one today, and there also will be one next month, but there's also so much more, like this Alzheimer's Association education workshop, understanding Alzheimer's and dementia for folks that are going through that tough battle with their parent or their grandparent or their loved one. You know, plus on the 18th, the summer reading retreat, X's and So's, the Writer's Circle, an afternoon with Switchback. There's so much coming down the pipeline, but you have to call and register early because these events, boy, they're filling up. You can go to HainerLibrary.org. That's HainerLibrary.org, HainerLibrary.org, and don't forget to tell them that you know who sent you over their way. All right, quick break. Daily Show comes back to you next.
Another bad headache? Yeah. Maybe it's time to see your doctor.
OSF Healthcare can handle all of your family's primary care needs, including diagnosing health issues or referring you to a specialist. Schedule an appointment today.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Munganast Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Munganast Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Munganast Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
Yo, what up? It's Mike Keith, the proud graduate of Lewis and Clark Community College. I got my start in broadcasting and now I work all over the country. I discovered my path in media, but I could have been an electrician. Or I could have been a nurse.
Maybe not.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Shot a tequila beer on tap, sweet southern woman sit on my lap. G with an O, O with a D, T with an I and a M and a E and a good time.
Welcome back, 10:13, little bit of change. Cindy in the studio. How are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Oh, loving it. You know, the 40th anniversary of Villa Rose coming down the pipeline next week. We're a week away.
We are a week away next week.
Well, and honestly, this is such a great milestone for Villa Rose, and not one that, a lot of companies and spots really have the opportunity to celebrate.
You're exactly right. It's quite an accomplishment for 40 years. Well, absolutely.
And how has the team been kind of celebrating this one?
Well, I was going to say we've been planning since January. So we are doing kind of a twofold. We're doing celebration with residents and then celebration with community. So next week, starting on Monday, we will kick it off with some of the resident celebrations. So we'll have Steve with Bunkhouse Joe come in and serve coffee. So almost every day we've got something going on. But then the big event for the community is on Tuesday. So Tuesday from July 22nd from 3 to 6, we will open our doors for the community to come in. We'll have refreshments, appetizers, and drinks and show off a little bit of the community. And then I was going to say, as the week goes on, we always do a carnival with residents. That's fun. They love that. We play games in the lobby. We'll serve corn dogs and cotton candy and things like that for them. But then this year, Thursday is always our nice dinner for the residents, but this year we're kind of taking it to a whole new level. So we are having a drone show on Thursday.
No way.
Yes, we
That's
are.
Awesome.
Yeah, so we are doing a nice dinner for our residents on Thursday evening, but then at 9:15, the community can check out a drone show at Villa Rose.
That's so cool. Now, how long is it going to last for?
So it's about a 15-minute drone show. There's 150 drones that will be in the sky that will do different images. So, we again started planning this in January. So, so we're quite excited about that.
And it's open to the public.
It is open to the public. I was going to say they can park anywhere. The churches on Moreland Road, so Zion Lutheran, Bethalto Church of God, Cornerstone, and First Baptist have all opened their parking lots to people who can just come and watch the show.
And what time was that again?
9:15 is when the drones will take off.
And what date was that?
That's Thursday, the July 24th.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We'll make sure to link that in the write-up, too, to make sure we get more details on that. But, I mean, that's so cool.
It is a cool thing. It is. Yeah. I'm not sure we've had a drone show in the area. So
no, I don't think we have. You're the first.
Yeah, we're very excited. The first 40 years ago to open a senior living community in the area. And
really?
I
didn't realize you guys were the first.
Yeah, we were one of the very first independent living communities in the area. Still family owned today. We are the only family owned community in the Riverbend area.
Really?
Mm-hmm,
See, that's
absolutely.
really important details too. Especially when folks are truly looking for that type of run organization.
Yep, absolutely. I was going to say, I think our community just has a different feel, and I think that's part of it. It's just family. It's family owned, and the family's involved in the operations, and I just think it makes a huge difference on the way that we're able to serve residents.
Well, I'm really excited to be a part of your 40th, celebration. This is 3 to 6 next Tuesday, the 22nd, and we'll be live.
Right, you're coming.
I'm going to be there.
I know. We're going to have an area set up for you, and you can visit with people, and we are looking forward to having you come.
Well, and now what can folks at the villas expect, during that celebration for those 3 hours?
So they can come in, they can tour the community. We don't have a lot of open availability, but we do have a couple of rooms that we're going to showcase.
Good.
So yes, they can come in and tour the community. The staff will be there to visit with them. Again, we're going to offer some refreshments, and there's plenty of, if you've not been to Villa Rose, we have lots of common space. So there's plenty of space for you to sit and visit and network with other people in the community. We look forward to all of our community members coming out, and some of our dignitaries and our village people will be there as well. So.
Well, and honestly, this is really cool. So it's an open house style. Mm-hmm. And then refreshments and drinks are going to be there?
You got it. Absolutely. So residents are going to sacrifice, and they're going to do a boxed dinner, a boxed lunch to their room, so that we can use the dining room to set up a nice little spread for our visitors.
That's interesting. That's really cool they're doing that, too.
Absolutely.
Now, how are the residents feeling about the 40th and all the fun?
Well, they're excited about all of the different events that are going to go on for them. So especially especially our Thursday night, we're having the brass door come in and cater and dinner.
Oh,
for them.
that'll be nice.
Yeah, so they're very much looking forward to that.
Heck, I'd be too.
Yeah. Well, we are going to take care of them.
That's right. Well, this is so cool, and you guys have done it right for 40 years, and that's why, truly, you wouldn't be here if the mission wasn't being accomplished.
Yeah, I was going to say, we did a 40th anniversary video. I would encourage people to go out to our social media and check that out. But it talks about, it wasn't always easy. Like 40 years ago, senior living wasn't even heard of. People didn't know what it was. We have still continued to combat the nursing home. We're not a nursing home. And so it was so ahead of its time. We talk a little bit in the video. The Balsters family is the one that built the community. And there was one member of the family, Harold, who had the vision. He had went out to California and he had this vision of building this community. And then he brought it back to Bethalto, and him and his brother. And then
I love this.
One of the brother's sons built it as well. So it's a third generational ownership. But it's, again, it was unheard of. So like for a portion, when they first opened, they actually rented a side to like college kids and single adults just to, help pay the mortgage on the building, right? Because people didn't even know what senior living was.
Well, and honestly, I think that's so innovative, because you're right. I mean, it was generational homes, and everything else. And, to provide that, it's got to be scary at the time to do something new, but also to look back 40 years and go, wow, they did something right here,
Right. Yeah. Wasn't always easy, but now you can look back and go, it was worth the work.
We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back and talk with Cindy more over this 40 years. This is such an important milestone. But I did find that video on your social media, and we'll play that for you now before we take that commercial break. So get a chance to kind of dive in here, meet some of the residents too. I think this is so cool, and we'll come back after the commercial break on RiverBender.com and on Roku TV.
Golden days, we were wild and free, running through fields, no chains to keep. The sky felt endless, dreams so high, no thoughts of tomorrow, no need to try. Oh, forever young, in our hearts we'll stay, chasing the sun, never lose our way. But time moves on, and seasons change, still we hold on to the light of those days. Now the streets have changed, and so have we. Faces we knew, now lost in the breeze. The echoes of laughter still ring clear, but shadows of time bring the fear. Oh, forever young, in our hearts we'll stay, chasing the sun, never lose our way. But time moves on, and seasons change, still we hold on to the light of those days. Why do we fight what we can't control? Is it fear of losing or fear of the old? In every wrinkle, there's a story to tell. Every step forward is a moment to dwell.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
I think it is really important that the community understand whether formed a general park.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
When I got in the car accident at the ER, they gave me a prescription of hydrocodone. And over time, it took more medication to mask the pain. I moved over to drug seeking and found heroin and fentanyl. I went to the Centerstone rehab facility, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I have my own car, I have a job, there's nothing holding me back anymore.
Attila Fest is coming to Alton Amphitheater on July 26th. Presented by D. Smith Promotions, hosted by Reason to Doubt Podcast. Don't miss your chance to see Big Boogie and Boozy Badass live on stage with special guests Dirty Muggs, Borderline, Marquise Knox, and NKG Band. For VIP and slots, call Queen at 314-967-8999. Attila Fest. Don't miss it.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
I don't know how it feels to hurt. Oh, I ain't been lonely since you
Welcome
said
back.
goodbye.
10:25, a little bit of change. Back with Cindy Villarose celebrating 40 years. And by the way, I played the wrong video, but because that one got like 29,000 views. How cool of a video was that?
I know.
I
It
like
is
the one
great.
with his dad, too. That was
I
so
know. That
cool.
is, yes, the one where, it was a very cool project that we did. As a matter of fact, I think there's a part 2 to it. But yeah, our activity director kind of headed that up and collected all those photos. And it was a great success.
Well, this is just what's going to be an even bigger success. I'm telling you, this anniversary week is going to be huge for you guys. And now you were saying you got 124 rooms?
124 rooms. Yep. There's 109, 111 residents.
Wow.
So we do have some rooms that are under construction. So as people vacate, we try to do a renovation. So we do have a few rooms that are under construction. I do have a few available rooms. Our occupancy really stays in the 90%. So
That's a great problem to have.
It is a great problem to have. So I was going to say we are running an anniversary special. If you come in and rent a room, you get $200 off your rent for the first 3 months, and then half of your application. The application fee typically is $250. It's $125.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, it holds your room for 30 days while you prepare to move in. So I was going to say we offer, studios, 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms. We do have some suites. We don't have any suites available. And we have some 1-bedroom different options like standards and enhanced rooms, things like that. Again, those enhanced are limited in our availability, but right now I do have a few open rooms, and our price ranges are anywhere from $2,000 a month up to like $3,100 a month if you're in a suite. So,
wow.
So they're pretty affordable when you start to look at like what senior living is costing.
Yeah.
Most of them are in the 4,000s, and we do. I just had a family the other day say, we don't understand your pricing. We're not corporate and not a huge percent, not 30% of every room is going back to support a corporate office. So we are able to keep our rates a little more affordable.
And that's so important, not to cut you off, but because sometimes I think in this new generation or just the way the world works now, we think sometimes what's going on here if the rates are so low.
Correct.
And there's nothing to it. It's just you're able to provide something that corporate organizations cannot.
Exactly. So you're exactly right. They think, well, this has to be too good to be true.
Right.
I
Yeah.
mean, so I think a lot of times if they can come out and see the community, a lot of times when you're coming out and touring, you'll meet residents.
Mm-hmm.
Residents typically just stop and want to share their experience with Villarose with people.
Mm-hmm.
They're just so happy to be there. And so I think most of the time, if people will come out and look at the community, then most of the time they decide that that's the place to be.
Well, and honestly, I was telling you, I looking at this video, I mean, I didn't, even still, you don't realize how large of a facility you have. And really just because I've driven by it a couple of times and I never really put 2 and 2 together together, but to have over 120 apartments and 9 residents right now is just pretty amazing. And it seems like your residents are staying.
They are. So typically 6 to 8 years is our longevity.
Wow.
I always tell people, don't miss the window. There's this window where you try to get in and you can enjoy it, right? You can enjoy the activities and you can enjoy. So if they come in the right time, they're there 6 to 8 years. Longevity is big. So it's Villa Rose is 2 pluses put together. That's the diagram. It from end to end, from north to south, it's 2 football fields long.
That's 200 yards. That's incredible.
It's 119,000 square feet.
That's a lot of building to manage.
It is a lot of building. It is a lot of building. Yeah. So people don't realize it. When you come in, you get a sense of, oh, this is big.
Yeah.
And it is a good sized community. But one of the great benefits is that we do have all those rooms to share our costs, so we can really offer a lot of services.
That's what I think is so amazing about this, because you're getting great quality care, from a great staff. How many on staff, do you know?
So we have about 38 for Villa Rose employees. The majority of them are in our kitchen. So we serve 3 meals a day. That's a lot of 300 people, 300 meals a day. So a lot of them are our kitchen staff, but we have about 19 full-time staff, and then we have some part-time staff. So
it's incredible.
It is.
And now take me through this week of fun that we're getting ready to have.
So again, residents are going to have a whole slew of things. On Monday, Bunkhouse Joe will be there. In the afternoon, we'll have coffee and conversation. And then Tuesday is the big community event. We're going to do a little thing with residents on Tuesday morning, but then Tuesday afternoon, we're focusing on our community from 3 to 6. You're coming.
Yes.
So we're excited about that. And then Wednesday, we'll have a carnival in the afternoon for residents. So we'll have games set up in the lobby, and then we'll offer carnival food, and they'll have little prizes.
That's awesome.
They love it.
Does it get competitive with the games?
Oh, it does.
Yes, I bet it does.
It absolutely does. We have done the carnival for a couple years, and it is the first year we had it, it was quite surprising, the line of them to try to play the games. It just
That's
was,
awesome.
Yeah. So, you just rekindled this youth within them, right? So that is going to be on Wednesday. And then Thursday is the big dinner. We have a mandatory afternoon nap because I'm going to keep them up late. So everyone in the building, including the staff, need to go take a nap because we are having a drone show in the evening and we want them all outside. So, they tend to want to go to bed at 8:30, 9 o'clock. The party's just getting started.
Yeah, not on Thursday. Not on Thursday. It's time to go back in time a little bit and stay out a little bit.
That's exactly right. So there will be a wonderful dinner. Brass Door's going to cater for us. And then the Granite City Swing Band will
great.
be here.
They're playing a lot of spots.
Yeah, they're going to come in the evening and play for us, and then we'll all go outside for the drone show. And again, we want to invite the community.
Yeah, that's right.
To come to the drone show. I was going to say, any of the churches that are on Moreland Road have agreed to open their parking lots up. So, Zion Lutheran on the corner and Bethalto Church of God, those both have opened their parking lots for people to park. It's going to be a 15-minute show, so you can just pull in your car and get out and watch the show right there. Cornerstone and First Baptist of Bethalto, again, have all opened up their parking lots. So we're excited. There'll be 150 drones that will take off from the south side of Villa Rose, but it'll be 500 feet in the air, so people will be able to see it from all around. And it will be, again, about a 15-minute show.
It's incredible. I really, really like this. And now that's going to start at 9:15 on Thursday.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Look up in the sky. That's all I can tell you. This is so cool. And now, with that being said, how are you just feeling about all this? The mountain of work to celebrate the 40th has now come to the head. Now it's just time to enjoy.
Yeah, so we'll, day by day. It's a little stressful. You want everything to come off without a hitch, and again, it's twofold. You want the residents to have a great week, and then you also want to make sure that we also are hospitable to the community.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm sure it's going to be wonderful. I have a great team of people, and we've all, like I said, the core department heads started working on this in January. And so we've been planning for a long time, and I'm confident it's going to come off without a glitch.
Well, and we'll be on site 3 to 5 p.m. on July the 22nd to talk with a few of the resident staff, whatever we decide to do. I'm excited about it. And is there anything else left to talk about right now?
I don't think so. I just really want to invite the community to come out and see the community, come visit with us, see what we have to offer. If somebody is considering senior living, you know, give us a call, come take a look before you make a decision.
And save big.
Yeah, exactly.
With the open house rates and specials, but also the fact that, you know, you aren't abiding by a corporate office to kick back up to, you know?
Yeah, there is just something special about making a decision and knowing the person behind it and knowing their family.
Yep.
You know, I know you're going to show our 40th anniversary and video, and that's one of the things that I talk about. Like I'll meet residents in the hall. I know where every single resident lives. I know their family. That makes a big difference. It really does.
Absolutely. Before we say so long for now to Cindy, we'll be back there at Villa Rose on Tuesday from 3 to 5. At the event's 3 to 6, and then Thursday 9:15 is that drone show. We're going to be talking with Gene over at Riverbend Head Start, really just to talk about the importance of Christmas in July in a couple of minutes. We're going to be a little delayed on that because I want to show you this 40th anniversary video. It's a beautiful one and really just showcases the great facility that is Villa Rose. We'll see this and come back with Gene right afterwards on RiverBender.com and Roku.
I think it is really important that the community understands that Villa Rose is family owned.
Family started it, created it, still running it, you know, almost 40 years later.
This is the same family that built the building. They watched the concrete being poured. They watched the trusses being put in place.
It's family oriented. When you walk into this place, you have a front desk person who's very personable. You don't see that at many other places.
I really enjoy myself here because I can be independent. Plus, I have a girlfriend.
Harold Balsters and Melvin Balsters were brothers, and Ken Balsters is Melvin's son. And so the three together formed a general partnership. Ken brought his son, Brett Balsters, into the ownership as well. Brett has been in this building for 21 years. He knows the building like the back of his hand.
I was essentially born into it. It's about as much a part of me as I am at this point. This place has probably the single largest contributing factor to my development. It's pretty much given me everything.
Harold was a developer, and Harold was the visionary behind Villa Rose.
Harold developed a lot of the subdivisions in Bethalto, and he was my friend. I really admired him. He was a real entrepreneur.
Harold went out to California, and he saw a senior living community being built. And he came back with this idea to build something like that here in Bethalto. Building it was a giant task, and then it was so ahead of its time. No one in the area knew what senior living meant or was. The original concept was affordable housing for seniors. We still hold true to that today.
In 2013, my mom had passed away, and I had noticed some things with my dad. He wasn't remembering things. He was getting lost. He was forgetting to turn off the stove. He needed a place, a safe place to live, so I began searching. As I was looking into Villa Rose, I discovered just how inexpensive it was, and when I came in, it just felt like home.
I tell people when they move in, we will become family because we'll see you every day. We want them to be comfortable and come to us, ask us for things. We want to be helpful to them.
My dad, he just flourished. Villa Rose became that home away from home for my dad, and it was a place that I felt that he would be safe and well taken care of.
When I stop and I just reflect for just a moment on the amount of people's lives that we touch, it's kind of overwhelming. I mean, when you start thinking of 40 years and all of the families, like you can't be in this business if you don't care about people.
I'm continually amazed at the staff here.
We're always trying to make things better, always striving to improve.
Cindy's been a great leader. She's always trying to come up with ways to make things better.
The seniors that we serve, I can walk the halls and tell you their names. I can tell you what apartment they live in. I can tell you their family members that walk through the doors.
Cindy, the executive director, kept saying, hey, you know, we'd really love for you to come work at Villa Rose. And it was really a no-brainer for me. I pretty much felt like this was family, and it was such a perfect fit. I, as the activity director, have so many ideas, and I want to make sure that these residents are up and active. One of the things that I really encourage people to do is to combine the old with the young. So I've collaborated with many of the schools around here and bring the kids in, and to see them interact with each other, it's wonderful. And the young is learning from the old because they have so much to give, and the old are learning from the young.
I'm hopeful that Villa Rose will continue to offer this quality, personalized service to the residents and the families. I am very thankful to the families that entrust me with their loved ones.
Harold, I'd like to thank you. I'm just pleased that he had a vision in his mind to create a place like this. I feel very confident it's going to be a place to be for people that want to be independent, but still have assistance when they need it, and provide them a good lifestyle. It really is mind-boggling, the effect it's had on the community. Its reputation is exemplary.
We wouldn't be out here doing our thing, providing the great villas to our elderly friends and family. You help make us what we are.
Everything here has just been amazing, and to see the residents thrive, I just love the fact that I can do this and help someone every single day.
We're touching their lives, we're making an impact, and I want them to look forward to the day. I'm hopeful that we just will get better and better and better at what we do.
Oh, Villa Rose, thank you for the memories, and thank you for making my life better, and happy anniversary. 40 years is a good long time. I love this place.
Happy anniversary, Villa Rose. Thank you so much for all the memories.
Happy 40th anniversary to Villa Rose, and thank you all, and we look forward to the next 40.
Happy anniversary, Villa Rose. What a ride. Here's to 40 more.
When I got in the car accident at the ER, they gave me a prescription of hydrocodone, and over time, it took more medication to mask the pain. I moved over to drug seeking and found heroin and fentanyl. I went to the Centerstone rehab facility, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I have my own car, I have a job, there's nothing holding me back anymore.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
Looking for the best barbecue in Madison County? Head over to Carver's Barbecue in Godfrey, Illinois. From loaded barbecue nachos to mouth-watering pulled pork, brisket, ribs, and more, Carver's serves up award-winning flavors you'll love. Family-owned, Carver's is all about fresh, made in-house dishes served daily. Come visit us at 2716 Groveland in Godfrey, or give us a call at 618-467-9999. Order online, get it catered, or stop by for the best smoked meats around. Where great flavors meet family tradition, you'll find Carver's Barbecue.
Have a rash, pink eye, or urinary tract infection and need care now? OSF On-Call Urgent Care is here to treat you. Start a virtual visit 24/7, whenever and wherever you need it. It's just that easy. osfoncall.org/virtual visit.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
We'll be grooving when the sun goes down. We'll be feeling alright when the sun sinks down over the water. Everything gets hotter.
Welcome back. 10:44, a little bit of change on this Tuesday morning. Gene with Riverbend Head Start. Always great to talk with you. And, you know, Community Christmas in July, wrapping up this Friday. And Riverbend Head Start, one of the organizations that benefits from it. And, you know, take me through, Gene, just the importance of the community initiative and how much it means for your guys' families.
You know, I think, you know, Community Christmas, obviously, it's about preparing for the holidays, right?
Yeah.
You know, and so what better time to start than now? For our families, for a lot of the families, it means that the biggest thing is they get a message from the community that, hey, we care about you and your kids.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the kids, the message they get is they get something for Christmas that's not used, not pre-owned, but brand new. And that's a pretty big deal. So, you know, what I love about Community Christmas is, you know, the families don't have to show up somewhere and demonstrate the need. They work through the community. I think they work with United Way, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Our agency is one of the organizations who gets invited to go to Target and go shopping.
Right.
And so we pick out toys for the families that we have that we know aren't going to be otherwise taken care of at Christmas. And we make sure we get developmentally appropriate toys, safe toys, stuff that's right for their age. So, you know, everything that gets purchased and given really be able to be used by the kids that we select them for.
And how many kids or families do you guys think you're shopping for?
You know, I don't know what that number is now. Last year, we were able to spend about $5,000, which,
wow,
you know, goes quite a long,
that does
less than it used to, but does go quite a long ways, you know, to make sure that every child gets a little something.
Well, and it's got to mean so much for the families too, because the added stress at Christmas time, knowing that, you know, money's tight and how are we going to make this work, to have organizations and events like this, you know, it really, I could only imagine, helps relieve a lot of stress during the holiday times.
Tremendous. And again, what I love about it is, you know, I know Margaret and Frears Auto Body does this campaign. They're not showing up for the credit.
Right. You know,
so when the Christmas comes, the toys are there. It gives those parents that opportunity to let those kids open those gifts. They don't know who it's come from, probably Santa Claus.
Yeah.
But, you know, I love that part of it. You know, it gives its dignity in the process.
And that's what the big word there is, dignity. It's not, you know, it's not the proverbial soup line, you know, so to speak. You get to experience a normal Christmas like everyone should.
Exactly.
Well, and I wanted to, what's your shopping process look like? Do the families create a list, or is it by your guys' kind of determination on what they've been needing throughout the year?
So it's a little bit of organized chaos, but I do say organized because our executive secretary, Judy Gann, sort of heads it up. She works through our centers, and they kind of identify the kids who aren't going to be sponsored for Christmas. So we have a lot of folks that contact us, hey, I want to sponsor a family or two. And then we get down to the kids that aren't going to have any sponsors. And those staff go out and they create a list, whether it be clothing, simple household items, and toys for the kids. But, you know, they kind of cover a lot of ranges. So the staff know exactly who is and who isn't going to be covered otherwise for Christmas. So they do have a bit of a list. And sometimes they're buying generic stuff because a family can come along and say, hey, we don't have anything.
Yeah.
But, you know, developmentally appropriate toys and things for kids between birth and 5, and they try to do a good variety.
I just think it's so important. And that's why I love this event so much, because, you know, we all see the different drives and toy things, and I think they're all wonderful. There's always a need for them. But to truly see that it's going right back into the community is the most important notion, I think, of the entire community drive, which is Community Christmas. And being a lived experience on your part of things to know, hey, guys, everything that you spend for raffle tickets and you name it, is coming right back here to your residents and your neighbors.
And that's, early on when our kids were in T-ball, but baseball, it'd be at Godfrey Park and Rec, and Margaret was out there selling tickets.
Yep.
This is years ago. I thought it was a cool thing, and then we had an opportunity to partner with her to sell them in our organization. Not just because our organization benefits from it, but we do. And that's a wonderful thing. But because it's the right thing to do. For $10, if they're easy to sell for $10, I can attest. I was a winner 2 or 3 years ago. I won $2,500 cash.
Shoot.
My wife was in Hawaii. She called me and said, "What are we going to do with our money?" And I'm like, "I don't know what you're talking about."
I lost.
She knew before I did.
Oh, I would have just told her I lost. That's enough to put back in a slot machine for a bigger payout, Gene?
Exactly. No. But it was well spent. I'm sure I don't remember what we spent it on. But it was a good weekend for me.
Well, and it's a good weekend just to know, and this is something, I don't know how you feel about it, but especially with the families that you're working with at Riverbend Head Start and, all the challenges right now that I'm sure that you guys are dealing with funding and different things, or just trying to figure out where it's coming from at this point in time, to really live the community spirit in Christmas. And that's why we celebrate the holiday. It's not to buy all these gifts, but to truly love one another. It just does something to you when you know that you're supporting somebody that truly needs it.
Yeah, absolutely. And, and what Margaret's doing is developing a community of philanthropy.
Yeah.
Whether it's from her granddaughters there who are selling cheesecake, but, it's fun, but it's also something that's happening right before your eyes. There's a generation of people who are going to do the same thing for community.
What I think so cool about it is, Sloppy Joe's and all that. It's such a hometown thing for such a big initiative. Because last year, it was like almost $80,000, distributed across multiple agencies to go and get these gifts for the residents. And at Head Start, how many families are you working with? If I can ballpark it,
we're serving around 500 families a year now.
Wow.
Few less than we used to. I'll give or take on that number. Actually, it's around 600.
Okay.
But that's more than that in terms of numbers of kids, of course. But it's a great day. And when you look at what's happening there, I'm sure there's not a lot of productivity going on in the shop that day. So, and I know that Margaret and Freer donates quite a bit to the campaign themselves. But then to give up a day of productive work and open the place up and have people come and have lunch.
It's a cool
thing. There's a lot going on there. That's a good deal for our community.
It 1,000% is. And honestly, I hope that you guys are a part of it. If you haven't gotten tickets yet, they're $10 a piece, and you can win $3,500 in cash. Man, that would be a nice day for CJ. Gene, that would just be perfect.
You can also win 7 nights in a condo in Fort Morgan, 5 nights in Pigeon Forge, 7 nights in Baldwin, Colorado, a cabin that sleeps 6 to 8.
Wow.
4 Cardinal Green seats, a side of beef. I got kids.
That's huge. No, when I saw that, I'm like, at first I kind of made a tongue in cheek. I'm like, that's brilliant. Like, that is a huge saving on meat this year.
Or another cash prize of $1,000. So
I'll take both of them.
For $10, it's worth it. Why not? Last year, our executive secretary won the all-inclusive trip to Mexico. So there are local winners, guys, if you're wondering, whoever wins these big prizes.
Well, and, even if you don't win, you're helping somebody in need and truly helping them. And that's why Margaret and I were talking about ways that we can keep talking about this ahead of Friday. And she was like, call Gene, call a couple others. We'll have Salvation Army and hopefully the Boys and Girls Club if we can find the schedule for them. But it's just good to hear your guys' takeaway on it. And now, when do you start shopping? When does
They'll
Target
start shopping. Yeah. It's farther down the road toward Christmas.
Yeah.
Once everything's collected, the United Way campaign, is closed, that kind of thing. Then they begin to allocate the resources. So.
And how are you guys there all day shopping? Pretty much.
I don't think it's all day, but it's a full on effort. I have not gone and done it. Okay, there's always something going on, and I try to not get run over by the carts. This is our folks that serve families love this day because it's an opportunity to go out and get the stuff.
I'm sure.
But I know last year Judy said they thought they had everything, and they came back and said you still got some more to spend. Go back in.
Wow.
So.
That's good. Yeah. Well, and see, this is just why, just again, another incentive on supporting Christmas in July, the raffle, $10 a piece, and really just to hear a little bit more about the almost 600, close to 600 families that you guys are providing for, helping or serving, plus the community Christmas impact and ensuring that there's, gifts under the tree, and that's what's really important. And Gene, you guys are moving in to that new space at the Alton Center, correct? Right there by the police station. You told me that renovation should wrap up here in a couple of months.
We met with the contractor last week, and they said we should be completed by October.
Wow!
Now we'll give that give or take, because you never know what you're going to find when you go to renovate. But we're excited to move our headquarters. We'll be right next to our biggest center in the county.
Yeah.
New space, better design for making sure that the program and administrative staff of the agency work together well. move our bus shed so it's right there with us.
Mm-hmm.
And when we do that, we consolidate, and we're not paying lease in all these places, and that's been one of the best things. And we're able to put that back into the missions. We're not paying lease; we're paying staff, whether it's salaries or insurance. The costs are rising.
And see, that's a huge thing to note too. That you guys did this really a smart and wise way too on that transition.
Yeah.
Wow. Also coming down the pipeline on the 5th of August, this is going to be the Back to School and Donor Appreciation event. And now take me through this.
So this is once a year we do an annual event, and we used to have a big fundraiser dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of got the word that people didn't really want to be locked into a space for a few hours. So this is a much more casual event. It's Taco Tuesday. We have a taco truck come up. We invite anybody that wants to. It's a donor of ours or who wants to, who's interested.
Yeah.
Come on out and have us have us a taco. We have drinks, margaritas.
Shoot,
there's
come
going to be a
on.
dessert truck. Come on out. It's open house kind of thing. Come out, say hi, ask what we're about, or if you're a donor, come on out and enjoy taco on us.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the least we can do.
How much is it for folks to attend?
Zero.
For $0, you get tacos, margaritas, and ice cream, and you get to learn about how you can be involved with Riverbend Head Start. And while I have you, Gene, what's something that you would like the public to know about some of what you guys do or your mission? Because you guys are one that we drive by the building all the time and we see the press releases. But just to, I feel like even for me, just to learn a little bit more and insight, on what you guys are truly doing each and every day. I'm sure the public, is kind of like that too sometimes.
Yeah. So Head Start on its face is a preschool program, right?
Mm-hmm.
What we're really doing is joining organizations across our county. We're building a network of service providers to build a better community.
Mm-hmm.
We're working with the kids, we're working with the adults, moving them on their goals, moving the kids on developmental goals so that when they get to kindergarten, they're ready to learn. When their parents get to kindergarten, they're ready to be supportive parents, but also, are they established? Do they have a home? Are they settled?
Yeah.
Because those kind of things can be really challenging for a kid to go to school and learn if things aren't settled at home. So we try to create a good atmosphere at home for the kids. Down the road, that pays off. Our kids are more successful. They're not engaged in crime. They're going to get out of high school, go to college, graduate from college, those kind of things. So really, it's just participating with folks like Margaret and other organizations that we partner with to create a better community. And our donors as well. They're all about they're giving of their time and resources to help build a better future for all of us because we all live, work, and play here.
How can we get involved to be a donor?
You can visit our website, www.riverbendfamilies.org.
Mm-hmm.
And there'll be a donate now button. There's information on our back to school bash, or we call it our Taco Tuesday. Come on out,
You got me a margarita.
I'll tell you what, I don't get to drink them, but I heard they're really good.
That's from 4 to 6 p.m. on Tuesday, August the 5th. It's at Vera Lee, and that's over there at 1854 B East Broadway. You'll see the building when you're driving by Jimmy the Greeks and GB Grill.
Right next to our Head Start Center.
And exactly.
Yep.
Right next to the brand new.
It's
half.
We just purchased it, but we're renovating one part of it, and the school's going to actually get renovations next year too. So
really,
yeah,
wow.
It's a two-phase project, big project, but
That's
it's going to be
huge.
state of the art, new playground.
That's
everything.
That's awesome. Yeah. What a time to be at Head Start
Absolutely.
right now. What's your final thought on the day, community, Christmas, and everything else you guys got cooking?
My final thought is come on out that day between 11 and 1 at Freer Auto Body. Enjoy some Sloppy Joes. Buy a few tickets. Make sure you donate to help the community. But the biggest thing is there's a little bit of a friendly rivalry at my office because there's another one of my coworkers who also sells tickets.
Yeah.
I thought I had sold the most. So if you would like to get a ticket or 10, you can certainly reach out to me. Give me a call. My number is 463-8911, 618 area code, and I'll make sure you get some tickets.
And if you can't reach Gene, call him first. I'm still trying to reach my number of quota tickets ticket quota.
Okay. So you're selling too?
I'm getting smoked, Gene.
Oh, okay.
It's been a tough sell, but I don't know why either. I mean, it's $10 and you can win all these great prizes. So call Gene first, and then send me an email, and we'll see what the
friendly
number.
rivalry for a really good cause, right?
Exactly. I love this, Gene. Thanks so much. Best of luck with everything at Head Start, and I'll see you on Friday.
All right, we appreciate you.
Hey, we're out of time today. Thanks for hanging out with me. We got a busy Wednesday for you, so I hope you join me then, won't you? Until then, enjoy this really humid day.
It's muggy.
Yeah, and try your best to stay out of jail.